Bars. You go to drink, have fun, socialize, and now they're also used to drop off large sums of illegal gotten money. You're the real MVP. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad of Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews. Film data. We talking movies again today, and we got a new movie review for one that just dropped that's called The Drop. No pun intended. It stars Tom Hardy and the late James Gandolfini, and it is a movie that's gotten a lot of positive feedback, so I felt like I had to check it out because everybody else seems to be talking some good stuff about it. So, the basic background of the movie is this. James Gandolfini and Tom Hardy are two owners of a bar in Brooklyn, and they are used as a drop-off point for some of the city's biggest, I guess, mobs or gangsters or whatever the big wigs who do illegal stuff, and they drop off money and drop off points, blah blah blah. Their bar is used for it. Now, the movie mostly centers around Tom Hardy's character, Bob Saganowski. He's sort of like the main character who's in the middle of everything. Now, the main basic plot of this movie that starts off is that him and the character, Cousin Marv, which is played by James Gandolfini, own this bar in Brooklyn. Now, one night when they're closing up, they end up getting robbed by these two random guys. And the problem with that is the money that the two guys are robbing don't necessarily belong to Cousin Marv and Bob. It belongs to these Chechnyan gangsters who, of course, want their money because, they're doing a lot of illegal stuff and they're using the bar as a drop-off point. So the money gets robbed and, they get away with it, and now they have to deal with the Chechnyans and getting the money back and everything in between. Now, this seems like a robbery situation that just happened, and now the problem is that the two main characters have to worry about getting the money back so they don't have to worry about owing the Chechnyans and being in a bigger situation. Now, it's at this part of the movie where it sort of kind of splits off into two separate plots between the two main characters. And that's James Gandolfini's character and Tom Hardy's character. You kind of see separate stories going away from the main plot, and you kind of get sort of at the first initially, you're like, okay, what do these stories have to do with anything? Basically, Bob's character ends up going off into the direction where he finds this dog in the trash, and he ends up meeting with this lady, and he starts to take in this dog, and he grows a bond, and then the dog ends up being owned by another person who comes into the movie, and it causes more problems. While is it with James Gandolfini's character, he seems to be involved a little bit more in this robbery situation than he wants to lead on, and now he's trying to figure out a way to get himself in the proper position to get out of this, situation he's in, but it comes with a sort of a price where he's actually involving more people, and it just seems like we kind of see Cousin Marv's true colors in this movie. Now, all in all, the movie starts to go off in those two separate directions, and now you kind of worrying about two different sorts of plots, but around the end of the movie, it comes back together in one of the best possible movie climaxes I've probably seen in a while, and I just like it made up for everything, because the movie starts off a little slow for me. It did start off a little slow, but I guess it's just getting the build up of the movie and the concept and everything like that. But once it gets to the 20-minute mark, the movie takes off and it just keeps going, and it gets better and better. And I don't want to give away, I'm not a giveaway type guy with these movies, but I don't want to give away what happens in the movie. But let's just say it's a lot of just underhanded, seedy, you think you know this person, but you really don't know this person, and this person seems some way, but it's not really this person, and where this person come from, it's just the way, let's just say you can't judge a book by its cover, and that applies to almost every character in this movie. And at the end of the movie, around the end of the movie, it all comes out, and you kind of just see how everything comes together, how these two separate plots that started to occur around the beginning of the movie end up intertwining and connecting and coming together at the end, where it just fucking blows your mind. And I honestly enjoyed this movie from the whole entire time. Like I said, it did start off slow, but it picked up, and it wasn't even a bad start, it was just a slow start, but it did pick up, and I enjoyed the whole thing. I would see this movie again. Honestly, I didn't have nothing bad to say about this movie other than the fact that, like I said, it started off slow, but the acting was, Tom Hardy did his damn thing in this movie. I loved his character in this movie. Bob Saganowski, he captured that so well. And what's crazy is, what most people don't, will realize is Tom Hardy also played BANE in The Dark Knight. It's like two different people. Like, you wouldn't even, if you didn't even know that Tom Hardy played Bane, or Bane played, you know, Bob Saganowski and all this stuff like that. It's just two different, that's his skill. And James Gandolfini, it's like I was watching the episode of Sopranos. He had that Tony Soprano vibe going on, and I just loved it. And it's just like they connected real well in this movie, and it's just a great movie. Like, it's a shame that this movie isn't getting, you know, more pub. It's getting a lot of great reviews, but, you know, I don't think it's doing, as far as, you know, sales wise, I don't think it's selling a lot. But it's not one of the movies that I think is just going to sell crazy amount. It's just a really great movie that I think people are going to appreciate later down the line when it does come out later on DVD. But if you can see it right now, go see it, because it is one of the greatest crime drama movies I've seen this year. It's just dope. And it's written well, it's acted well. Every character in here plays their part. It's got that, they're in Brooklyn, and it's got that Brooklyn vibe, the way that they talk, act, it translates well on screen, and it's an amazing movie, and I enjoyed it from top to bottom, and I have nothing else to say about it, but yo, great job. And this is James Gandolfini's last movie, and since he's, you know, no longer with us, and seeing as this is his last movie, I am greatly appreciated that he did such a great job in this movie, because it just kind of puts the icing on the cake of a great legacy of that he had with his whole acting career from TV to film. And this is one of the good ones, one of the great ones. And Tom Hardy, he did his thing too, so definitely go check this out. So my final verdict, I'm not saying this is one of the best movies I've seen this year. All I'm saying is that between January 1st and today, all them other movies I saw in the theater ain't shit. Definitely worth to go check out. I don't have nothing bad to say about this movie. I would actually go and watch it again. It is worth the money, worth the $11.50 popcorn and a drink. Nothing else needs to be said about this movie other than go see it. It is 100% Granddad approved. Go watch it. If you like James Gandolfini, if you like Tom Hardy, go watch it. If you like those crime drama type movies, go watch it. If you like the mobster mafia type movies, go watch it. If you like a movie, go watch it, because you will enjoy this. You will like it, and it's nothing more than I can say about it, all right? So definitely good job with the movie. I'm glad that I went to go see it. It lived up to all the great positive reviews that everybody was saying, so I'm glad that it does live up to its reputation. And hey, go watch it right now, all right? Flip it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Let me know what you think of The Drop if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it yet, hit up the movie theater and go and check it out, and let me know what you think. I love the feedback. Also, a previous video was on the side right here, as well as my music video. Check those out and show them some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, links are in the description. Go ahead and add those so you can know what I got going on next. I always drop clues, and I always got new stuff going. Also got new music on the way too, so be looking out for that, because I will be dropping some new music. But Woolly Reviews is always going to be coming here every Tuesday and every Friday. So like I said, subscribe to the channel. Button on the screen, button below. Click either one, it doesn't matter, because I always got new content coming out. New video is going to be dropping next Tuesday, and I'm going to keep it going. And I thank everybody who has subscribed, but I want to keep the numbers going up, so keep up the good work with the subscriptions, and tell everybody about Woolly Reviews, that it's the hottest new review show out, all right? So until next time, I take my leave. Granddad, The Drop, I'm out of here.